Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 PDGA Professional Masters and Amateur Disc Golf World Championships. I'm Terry Miller. I'll be joined by Grant Zellner today, but our first guest of the afternoon is two-time and defending world champion in Joe Rovere. Joe, I have to lead. It's June. Are you already out of school? Are you taking a paid time off day? What are you doing here?
We got out of school about 2 weeks ago. So fortunately, I've been here for like 12 days or something like that. Injured for the last 5, but I got here early.
Well, let's lead with that. When you say injured, what's going on? How are you feeling? What's wrong?
Well, my wife told me not to overthrow, so I did. And I don't know for sure. She thinks something's torn in the back, but the swelling's gone down. I've been on ice for 5 days now, so I don't know for sure. I didn't go to the doctor, but it doesn't matter because I'm playing through it.
Well, and that was the next question is if you had to give yourself a 0 to 100 in terms of your how you're feeling overall with just your overall health, 100 feeling the best possible, where do you rate yourself?
Physical health or
yeah,
overall,
in terms of your physical health with exactly what you were just
physical
describing.
health, I would give myself like a 65 because of the shoulder. If it wasn't for that, I'm feeling really good in every other way. Just that. But then mentally, I'm feeling like a 90, 95. I'm feeling really good.
Great vibes coming here into Emporia, trying to defend that title. As I was just alluding to, though, you have a full-time job, unlike quite a few of our top-level professionals. You're not on the tour day in and day out, or week in and week out. Quickly, give everyone an update. What exactly is it that you do and what you just completed?
I'm a robotics teacher, middle school robotics. So I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, VEX robotics for the most part. I've been a teacher for over 20 years, and I've got 9 more years until I retire. I started teaching before I started playing disc golf. And if it had been flip-flopped, who knows? We could still be sitting here having this conversation, but it could be way different. But I started playing disc golf after I started teaching. And so my priorities have always been towards that because it guarantees my mortgage. So disc golf is sort of third on my list of priorities.
Well, we've seen what incredible teachers have done throughout the years. Of course, I think back to Jay and Des Redding, who had teaching in their background and then went on to develop, the educational disc golf experience and world champions in everything that they've done. I want to go back a little bit to last year in that we were playing in Flagstaff, Arizona, when you collected your second world title. We had heat, which I think we'll have again this year. It'll probably be a different heat, but more importantly, we had elevation last year. You're not going to find so much of that here. Describe what you're used to and what last year meant compared to what you've experienced in practice so far.
It's a lot different. I mean, the humidity there's going to be heat, but you said it. The heat's different. There, it's a dry heat, and it just doesn't feel as hot. You come here, and it might not be as hot, but to us Coloradans, it feels so hot because it's just the humidity, and that's where it gets tricky with feeling the discs. But I have to remind everybody, although I like playing in dry elevation, that kind of environment, I also won in Illinois at Northwoods, and so back to more of this style. In terms of the humidity, not in terms of the golf. So honestly, I feel like this is my advantage. There's a lot more distance here. Out of the last 2 worlds, I feel like this one sets up best for my game, which is totally ironic because I won the last 2. But I feel like I've been playing enough wind. I tried to play a little more east of Colorado. We played in like 80 mile an hour winds in Nebraska, and I was going to drop that tournament, but I knew I was going to be in Kansas in June. So it's like, no, there could be wind. So I feel ready, although it's different environment, different air. I've been here for a couple of weeks and it feels ready, like it feels normal. I feel like I've fully adapted.
And with that being said, and just describing your game and that you have great distance, do you feel as if there's any additional pressure to maybe have your best worlds yet?
Maybe from the outside, maybe I get a lot from other people. But honestly, with me, there is no pressure. I feel like I've accomplished everything that I could ever want to accomplish. I didn't start disc golf until I was 28. Had I started earlier, I may have had my eyes on a bigger prize, like Pro Worlds or something. I'm real close to winning an elite event, at Maple Hill once. I've had a lot of good events, but I just started so much later in life than everybody else that I have no pressure. I just want to enjoy myself. I just want to come here, enjoy my card mates, have my card mates enjoy me, and enjoy what it is to to still have a Masters World. It means so much to me. When I first started playing, I saw like Peter Shive. He's a name most people don't know. But I remember he was 72 years old and he was still throwing 400 feet. And he was still competing and still going to world championships. And I thought, man, I could be doing that in 20 years. And here I am doing it. And I know professional disc golf puts a lot of focus on the Disc Golf Pro Tour and less so on the old guys and the old people. But I feel like it's important. And I feel like a lot of the pros now that are in their early 20s, talk to us in 20 years and you'll see like this actually matters. This matters to a lot of people that built the sport.
Well, as you just said, the builders, the pioneers, the early tournament directors, the people that really laid the groundwork and the foundation for where we're at today. And that's definitely why this is one of my favorite events to be at year in and year out, seeing all of those people. Well, one thing we just talked about briefly was the competition and the fact that there's fresh new faces. There's 39-year-olds here that are thinking they're the new Top Gun. And they're going to be gunning for you as you sit on a pair of titles. What do you think when you see those new people come in and they're thinking this should be easy? They should be rolling over you guys.
Man, I got to tell you guys, it's so much harder than you think. Like, I thought the same thing. And it is, these guys they're veterans, man. They know what they're doing. So you walk in thinking like, I'm the young gun here. And it didn't happen for me and it doesn't happen for most people. I'm sure Kale had the goal last year and it didn't happen. It's hard. And I honestly think I'm getting better at disc golf the older I get. So my rating's just continuing to go up. So it's not like everybody thinks. There is a lot of good players, don't get me wrong. And I know the chances of me winning go down substantially because there's so much talent. But I mean, bring it. We're here. Like, bring it on.
Well, I've got to follow that one up with, you sound like a fountain of youth. You're somehow getting better as you're aging. You're telling us, what in the world would be the secret to that? What's part of that recipe that makes you feel like you're getting better with age?
Man, I don't know. I think that's different for everyone. I think a lot of people, it's the physical side of things, getting better at throws, getting better at putting, figuring out a forehand or whatever. For me, I feel like I had a lot of the physical stuff done. I was so fortunate to be talented when I was young at a lot of different things. So for me, it was the mental game. And that's what I'm starting to get figured out. And that's why I think my rating is going up.
Well, it's certainly impressive. Final question is, what would it mean for you to take down a third consecutive world title this week?
There's no pressure, and it would be insane. I would surprise myself. Like, I didn't think I could have won last year, and I did. And now I really have, I have no pressure. I just want to enjoy myself. And if I won it, I would surprise myself because I've come here and gotten ready, but I'm not as focused on winning as I am just here to enjoy myself.
Well, it sounds like a great recipe for success. Joe is our two-time defending world champion. We wish you the best of luck. And with that, we'll be right back.